is almost over now, but I'm still wide awake, watching shadows lose their shape with every breath I take. Your absence sits in quiet corners I cannot ignore, like something warm that used to live here before. I tell myself I'll be alright, that this will pass in time, but some feelings don't dissolve, they only realign. I thought the morning would be kinder, that light would make things clear, but even daylight carries traces of you near. It's just a fading afterglow of everything we were, a quiet kind of ending I still prefer. And every echo in the silence feels like it knows my name, a soft reminder of the love that changed. I move through hours without direction, just letting time unfold, but every moment feels a little less bold. The world keeps speaking in its rhythm, but I don't hear the same, like everything has lost its meaning without your name. Even the air feels unfamiliar, like it forgot the past, as if nothing I held tightly could last. I thought I'd find a way to fix it by waiting through the night, but waiting only stretches the light. It's just a fading afterglow that never fully leaves, a quiet kind of memory it believes. And every time the sound returns, it pulls me back again to all the love that slipped away back then. Maybe love was just a moment that couldn't stay in place, a beautiful illusion time erased. And maybe I was never ready to watch it drift apart, so I keep its fading afterglow in my heart. Now I don't try to chase the feeling, I let it fade, 'cause even disappearing light has its shade. The night becomes a quiet witness to what remains, a love that slowly softens into stains. And somewhere in the fading distance, you still appear, a fragile kind of afterlight I keep near. It's just a fading afterglow that lingers in my chest, a quiet kind of sorrow I can't rest. And it's true. We made promises in softer tones that time could not sustain, like words we thought would always mean the same. At the moment they felt certain, like they would never break. But distance has a way of changing what we make. I still remember how we said them, like they were carved in air. But now they feel like echoes somewhere. I thought that if we meant them, they would stay intact. But even truth can fracture looking back. These are empty promises now, still hanging in my mind. A fragile kind of memory I can't unwind. And every echo in the silence feels like it knows the truth of everything we swore to, me and you. Through days that feel unsteady, like nothing holds its place, as if the world forgot the shape of grace. Even simple conversations feel heavier than before, like every word I hear just leads to more. The past keeps slipping into present without permission or sound, like something I can't leave behind. I thought that time would soften it and take the weight away. But some promises don't fade, they stay. These are empty promises now that never fade to dust. A quiet kind of breaking in trust. And every time the sound returns, it pulls me back again to all the words we never kept back then. Couldn't hold their shape, a fragile kind of future we escaped. And maybe I was never ready to see them fall apart, so I keep all these promises in my heart. Now I don't try The night becomes a quiet witness to what we were, a love that slowly turned into blur. And somewhere in those empty echoes, you still remain, a fragile kind of promise in my pain. These are empty promises now that never go away, a quiet kind of memory that stays. And if the world forgets the reason, I still hold on to you inside these empty promises. It's true. We made promises in softer tones that time could not sustain, like words we thought would always mean the same. At the moment they felt certain, like they would never break. But distance has a way of changing what we make. I still remember how we said them, like they were carved in air, but now they feel like echoes somewhere. I thought that if we meant them, they would stay intact. But even truth can fracture. Looking back, these are empty promises now, still hanging in my mind, a fragile kind of memory I can't unwind. And every echo in the silence feels like it knows the truth of everything we swore to, me and I wake up and I act the same, like nothing ever changed. But everything I feel inside has rearranged. I answer questions with a smile that doesn't mean a thing, just habits I keep using to keep everything. The world keeps moving past my face without a second glance, as if I'm just another part of circumstance. I thought it would be obvious the way I'm coming undone, but even pain can hide itself from everyone. No one notices the quiet fall that happens in my chest, a silent kind of breaking I suppress. And every echo in the silence feels like it knows my name, but no one else can hear it just the same. I walk through days like I'm transparent, like I'm not really here, watching life go on without me clear. Even voices in the distance don't reach where I stand, like I'm just holding emptiness in my hand. The hours pass without permission. They don't ask me to stay. They just keep taking pieces away. I thought someone might have seen it, the way I drift apart, but silence hides the cracks inside my heart. No one notices the quiet fall, the way I slowly break, a hidden kind of sorrow I can't shake. And every time the sound returns, it pulls me back again to everything I never showed back then. Maybe pain doesn't announce itself, it learns to disappear. It wears a face that looks like calm and clear. And maybe I was never ready to be so out of sight, so I keep falling silently each night. Now I don't expect to be seen, I let it go, because even invisible things still grow. The night becomes a quiet witness to what I hide, a love that broke in silence inside. And somewhere in that unseen space you still remain, a fragile kind of presence in my strain. No one notices the quiet fall, but I feel every part, a silent kind of ending in my heart. And if the world forgets the reason, I still hold on to you, even if no one notices. It's true. I keep searching for the moment where you start to fade away, but every memory I reach for still wants to stay. It's hard to tell where you end now and where I begin, like something in my story give in. The past still breathes in quiet corners. I never left behind a gentle kind of confusion in my mind. I thought the time would draw a line and make it clear to see, but nothing ever separates you from me. Where you end and I begin is something I can't find, a blurred and fragile boundary in my mind. And every echo in the silence feels like it knows the truth of everything we became, me and you. I walk through days without direction, like I'm half of what I was, as if I lost the other part, because even silence feels divided between then and now, like nothing really answers how. The world keeps acting like it knows me, but I don't feel the same, like I'm just carrying fragments of your name. I thought I'd feel more whole by now, but I feel split in two between what I became and you. Where you end and I begin keeps shifting every day. A quiet kind of confusion won't go away, and every time the sound returns, it pulls me back once more to everything we used to be before. Maybe love was never simple. It blurred the lines between two hearts that slowly turned unseen. And maybe I was never ready to separate us clean, so I keep you in my ending, in my in-between. Blur, because even unclear endings still occur. The night becomes a quiet witness to what remains, a love that never fully left its chains. And somewhere in that blurred horizon, you still feel true, a fragile kind of ending I go through. Where you end and I begin is something I can't say, a quiet kind of merging that won't decay. And if the world forgets the reason, I still hold on to you. In everything I am, it's you. It's you. We are not who we used to be, but not completely gone. Just something in between the lines, moving on. The shape of us has changed its form without a clear goodbye, like something slowly learning how to survive. I still recognize your silence in the way you look away, as if we're both avoiding yesterday. I thought we'd stay the same forever, like time would not erase. But even love reshapes itself with space. Look at what we become now, not broken, not whole, just pieces of a story we don't control. And every echo in the silence feels like it knows our name, a love that changed its meaning but stayed. We speak in softer conversations, careful what we show, like we're afraid of where the truth might go. Even memories feel different when I think of you and me, like they belong to someone else I see. The world keeps moving like it always did, but we don't move the same, like something in our rhythm changed. I thought that endings would be final, but this is not the end, just something we can't fully defend. Look at what we become now, no beginning, no last line, just quiet transformations over time. And every time the sound returns, it pulls me back again to everything we almost were back then. Maybe love was never meant to stay in one fixed place. It bends and shifts and learns its shape. And maybe I was never ready for something so unclear, so I keep what we become here. Now I don't try to name it, I let it be, because even changing love is part of me. The night becomes a quiet witness to what we are, a love that didn't vanish but scar. And somewhere in what we became, you still feel near, a fragile kind of distance I keep here. become now, still standing in between. A quiet kind of ending, unseen. And if the world forgets the reason, I still hold on to you. What we become is true. I watch the night begin to fade without a sound or sign, like everything we built together was left behind in time. The colors of the room grow pale like fading photographs, and even memories start to lose their path. I try to hold on to the details, but they slip through my hands like water running through the lines I planned. I know nothing stays the same forever, even love must change its shape. But some goodbyes don't arrive, they just escape. It's a slow dissolve of feeling that I cannot control, a quiet kind of breaking in the soul. And every echo in the silence feels like it understands a love that slowly vanishes from my hands. I walk through days that feel less certain, like edges wearing thin, as if the world forgot the place I've been. Your voice appears in distant echoes, then fades before I reach, like something just beyond my grasp and speech. The city moves without me noticing. Time doesn't look behind, but I'm still standing in the place you left behind. I thought I'd feel it ending clearly, like a door would gently close, but endings often happen without shows. It's a slow dissolve of memory that lingers in my chest, a quiet kind of losing what I loved best. And every time the sound returns, it brings you back again to everything that slowly fades. And then maybe love was never meant to stay in solid form. It changes like the weather after the storm. And maybe I was never ready to watch it disappear, so I keep living in the fading you left here. fading anymore. I let it be, 'cause even disappearing love belongs to me. The night becomes a quiet witness to what remains, a love that slowly softens into stains. And somewhere in the dissolving silence, you still exist, a fragile kind of memory I can't resist. It's a slow dissolve of feeling that never really ends, just echoes of a story that pretends. And if the world forgets the reason, I still hold on to you. In this slow dissolve, I do. I stand at what feels like the ending without a final word, just everything we never fixed or heard. The space between us feels familiar, like it learned our shape, a quiet kind of distance we can't escape. I don't reach out the way I used to. I've learned to let it be, but letting go is not the same as free. I thought we'd find a way to meet halfway in the dark, but even love can miss its mark. It's one last distance between us now that time cannot erase, a final kind of silence in its place. And every echo in the silence feels like it knows the truth of everything we lost in us, me and you. We talk like nothing really happened, but everything has changed, like something in our story rearranged. Even simple moments feel uncertain, like they don't know our name, as if we're still together but not the same. The world keeps moving past us gently without a second glance, but we are standing in the middle of what we had by chance. I thought that we could fix it if we just stayed around, but some distances don't close once they're found. It's one last distance between us now that grows with every day, a quiet kind of ending in its way. And every fragile kind of distance in my pain. It's one last distance between us now that never goes away, a quiet kind of ending every day. And if the world forgets the reason, I still hold on to you. This one last distance is true. We ran out of words to hold us somewhere along the way. What used to feel so certain started to decay. Now every conversation ends before it really starts, like we're just carefully avoiding our parts. Even silence feels rehearsed now, like we already know that anything we try to say won't go. I thought we'd find the right words to fix what slipped away, but some things lose their language along the way. There's nothing left to say now, no reason to pretend. A quiet kind of ending that won't mend. And every echo in the silence still carries what we knew, a love that slowly stopped being true. I see you in the smallest gestures we no longer repeat, like echoes of a rhythm incomplete. Even time feels less important, like it doesn't care that everything we built is still half there. The world keeps speaking in full sentences, but we don't speak the same. Like every word we almost say turns tame. I thought that talking might restore us, but talking made it clear that some connections fade while still near. There's nothing left to say now, just silence in between, a quiet kind of distance, unseen. And every time the sound returns, it pulls me back again to everything we lost in words back then. Maybe love doesn't need answers to know it's gone. It just stops speaking softly and moves on. even unfinished words are made. The night becomes a quiet witness to what we were. A love that slowly lost its voice in blur. And somewhere in that ending stillness, you still remain. A fragile kind of silence in my pain. There's nothing left to say now, no reason left to try. A quiet kind of ending. Goodbye. And if the world forgets the reason, I still hold on to you. When there's nothing left to say, it's true. I read your silence like a message I was never meant to keep. Hidden meanings underneath what you didn't speak. Every pause felt like a language I tried to understand, but nothing ever stayed the same. In my hand, we said so little, but it carried more than words could show. Like something neither of us knew how to let go. I thought I heard you clearly in everything unsaid, but silence builds its own truth in my head. It's all between the lines now that I keep replaying through. A quiet kind of story about us two. And every echo in the silence feels like it knows my name. A love that never spoke aloud, but came. I walk through memories half written, like pages torn apart, where every missing word still feels like heart. Even time feels like a riddle I can't quite solve or place. Like everything we were is lost in space. The world keeps talking in full sentences, but I hear something else, like fragments of what we became ourselves. I thought that clarity would help me to finally be free, but some things only make sense quietly. It's all between the lines now that I still can't read right. A soft and blurred reminder every night. And every time the sound returns, it pulls me back again to everything we almost said back then. was never spoken. It lived in what we hid, in all the things we nearly did. And maybe I was never ready to read it as it was, so I keep living between, because try to decode it, I let it be, because even hidden meaning shapes me. The night becomes a quiet witness to what we were, a love that lived between the lines in blur. And somewhere in that silence you still feel true, a fragile kind of meaning I go through. It's all between the lines now that never fade away, a quiet kind of love that stays. And if the world forgets the reason, I still hold on to you. Between the lines, it's true. Days that feel too white, like something's missing in the air. Even the light looks half alive without you there. The world keeps moving like it should, but I don't move the same. It feels like I'm just passing through without a hear your presence in the spaces between each passing sound, like something I can almost touch but can't hold down. I told myself I'd learn to breathe without what we had, but breathing feels like something I forgot I ever had. It's this hollow distance in my chest that never seems to end, a quiet kind of longing I defend. And every echo in the silence feels like it pulls me back to every little piece of us I lack. I try to fill the empty hours with anything I find, but nothing stays in place for long inside my mind. Even laughter from the outside world feels far away and thin, like I'm behind a glass I can't step in. The night becomes a slow reminder of everything we were, a memory that never learned blur. I thought the time would make it lighter, that I would feel release, but time just makes the quiet increase. It's this hollow distance in my chest that lingers when I sleep, a broken kind of promise I still keep. And every time the sound returns, it pulls me through the past, to all the things I couldn't last. Maybe love was never built to stay within our hands. It drifts away like shifting sand from land. And maybe I was never ready for what would come apart, so I carry all the distance in my heart. It stay, 'cause even hollow spaces have their way. The night becomes a quiet mirror of what I feel inside, a love that never truly left but died. And somewhere in that hollow feeling, you still remain, a fragile kind of echo in my pain. It's this hollow distance in my chest that never lets me go, a quiet kind of absence I still know. And if the world forgets the reason, I still hold on to you. Inside this hollow distance, it's true. Here